So, Chris, to kick things off, right? When you have a new client or you start thinking about a business, how do you go from defining an ICP, an offer, and a go-to-market strategy?
Yeah, that is a great question. And I think before you can even answer that, and I'll suggest this is something that a lot of folks suffer from, is we have to understand the why of what we're doing. We have to understand the fundamentals. And it's funny, I speak to this a lot in my own content, my relationships, my conversations, where it's that in everything. Oh gosh, damn it, we're clipping that. My freaking train of thought exploded. That's an indicator of how this is going. No, we're definitely reclipping that guy. I'm so sorry. It was the question was around how we think around our go to market. Was it?
Yeah.
Yep. So when it comes to our go-to-market, it is so dang important to align at this first principles level. This is what I was going to say. So when it comes to first principles, I'll share. I've been fatigued by the tech bros saying first principles, but maybe we can even think about people in our lives that have mentioned it in ways we might not have realized, where it might be your mom that says, boil it down, just explain it simply. Or maybe your teacher says, reduce the fraction. And you see this bajillion, 3 trillion number over 6 trillion, and you reduce it and it's 1/2. And you go, oh, wow, that's really simple. So we need to understand at this most boiled down level what we're doing and why we're doing it. So I would argue that when it comes to go to market, we're essentially at the first principle. I would argue it's the first principle. We are facilitating conversations. I like abstracting ideas. Let's make this as 2D as possible. I want you to imagine there's 3 dots. They're all connected by one line going through them. Yep. On one side, one of these dots is in pain. It's struggling. All the way on the other side, that dot over there can solve this dot's pain. How do they ever connect? The guy in the middle. We need to, in go to market, facilitate the transfer of information between these 2 parties. So really, in go-to-market, what we're doing is we're facilitating conversations. That's a little heady though. So let's kind of frame it in maybe a way that we talk in every day. Conversations happen bi-directionally. They go 2 directions, outbound and inbound. Now we're starting to hear words we know. And outbound, I'll share with you, this is really what I breathe. Outbound is constituted by something like 5, maybe 6 channels. It would be our email, phone, social media messaging, going to events, or sending gifts and written messages. We could spar on is PPC outbound or inbound. There's a lot of dialogue about that. But really, it's that what we need to do is we need to frame for our outbound conversations, our inbound conversations, or channels rather, how are we facilitating conversations in those? And so I'll pause there. Joao, does that idea make sense?
Yeah, no, that's super visual. I like where you're going with it.
And
So
I'll share
basically,
with
like to power AI, like let's say I have blogs, right? And I want to write
yes.
new content pieces that are going to be somewhat original, right? It's going to be original in whatever way you prompt it to be. You think that context is setting up my machine to have the right context? That's like the one of the key ingredients.
Yes. Wow, brother, and listeners, if there is one thing you take away from this conversation, context is king. All that matters in this new future is context. And Joao, I want to express to you a little bit of a heady idea here, but this is worth hearing. Everything around us is data. You're talking to a guy with a physics background. Whether it's a field, a particle, a wave, it's all data, and it's data that has velocity attached to it. Things are moving all around us, always. Okay. So when these ideas are moving around us, certain ideas, they decay because we have entropy all around us. Things start to fall apart. We talked about this in the game of telephone. When I talk to you and time passes and the information goes from node to node, it starts to degrade or it mutates. Okay, so information all around us changes constantly. Okay, well, what's important, and maybe actually, let's thought experiment real quick. Joao, you talk to people all freaking day, every day. You're in meetings, you talk to your team, you talk with clients, you talk with your air or your skydiving instructors. All of this for your brain is context. And then you make decisions as you go through your life. It's information that you process. Now, let's imagine, how do we get our computer, our AI, our agents, supreme context? I'll share with you that I argue everything around us is data. Okay. What are your senses, Joao? You look at things, you hear things, you taste, you smell. All right. Well, I'm going to, as quickly as possible, give my machines data from all of these senses because, again, there's a velocity. Data decays, so I need to get this data to my machines as quickly as possible. So, Joao, you have meetings, again, with clients. Let's imagine maybe you use a recorder in those meetings. And at the end of the meeting, that recorder batches the transcript, it puts it into a database, and maybe you have some cool agentic stuff that happens. Maybe it takes that transcript, it routes some tasks into ClickUp, alerts, people that were mentioned in the call, all of that cool stuff starts to happen. Well, that whole hour had to pass before something could happen. What if, as you were on that call, the agent was just acting immediately as these things were happening? Their behavior, the velocity of their action was closer to the moment that you realized the information. And when this happens, we get better outcomes in reality. When we have the truer data, the more real data, before it can decay, before things change. Because, Joao, at that end of the hour, what she said 60 minutes ago may have already changed. Versus what she said in that moment, your client said in that moment, if you act on it in that moment, it's probably still true. As time passes, things become less true because stuff changes all around us. So, again, I told you this is a little heady, but to bring us back to earth here, if all this information is all around us, you need to be 24/7 recording all of your conversations. Some of us have heard of Plod. Some of us have heard of these recorders. Some of us have seen Ray-Bans where they have the recorders on them, visually recording context 24/7. Do you know what I do? I have all of those things, and they all pump into an agentic brain that then routes every conversation Chris has. I talk about, oh, my stomach's hurting. Guess what? That got picked up. It routes into the context with my Aura Ring, my Fitbit, all of the things that have my health markers. And all of that context is now there, and my agents can make the best decisions for my future because it has the freshest data. So I will stand on context, amass it, amalgamate it, get good at getting data.
I think agencies are looking to figure out their fulfillment, right? The ones that we want to sell to, figure out their fulfillment, like get better results for their clients and generate more clients. That's simply it. So what's an offer that helps agency owners get better results for their clients and generate more clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So of course, this is going to be related to the service that we sell, but I would frame it through what service do we sell? What is the most high impact time to value for the client service that we sell? And what portion of that service that we sell can we give away for free? And it can be simply stated, Joao, truly. It is a formula. This is the solution that we offer. It has this benefit. We offer it in this time frame with this guarantee. Hey, we're going to send cold emails on your behalf that are going to produce something like 20 meetings a month. We're going to do that within the next 14 days, or we give you all of your money back. You've heard people talk like this often. And so we can think about it again through the lens of what's our highest time to value service that we sell? Then what portion of that can we give away for free? And boom, you state it in that formula.
Right.
Really that simple.
So me as an agency owner that owns this business and has some experience running a white label agency, I'm already getting so many great ideas of like new lead magnets that I can run. And so one of them is like, hey, agency owner, we're going to look into your ad account for your clients, and we're going to give you 5 new creatives to implement in your campaign today. All you have to do is launch the creatives. If it does better than your current creatives, then it might be worth a call with us. That's
exactly.
Like
and
a cost that's very easy for us. It's not a high cost.
Because you're an amazing salesman, you did something without even potentially realizing it. You did a pattern break. You spoke to this because do you know what everyone's doing? Please, can we get into a meeting? You said, hey, and if you like it, then we can have a meeting.
Yeah.
We literally in our call to action say, no need for a meeting. We'll get it launched and then we can speak next week. And they go, okay, hell yeah, you're just going to work for me. Why would I not respond yes to that email?
Yeah. And so that's like an example of why you watching should do this experiment or should do this exercise, because this exercise, as you're talking to the machine, and Chris has guided us in this whole course, is that when you speak through it, and this is my insight that's more conscious to me right now, as you're speaking to it, you're getting new ideas, you're getting your brain to function. And as you're going deeper into it, better ideas start coming up. And that's when you're gonna get your best ideas. If you're an agency owner looking to scale, you definitely want to explore our solutions at Stealth White Label Agency. With 14 years of experience and over 120 niches, we've been helping agency owners not only fulfill for their clients, but also acquire new clients so you can only focus on scale for your agency. If you're interested, definitely DM me, Joao, on my Instagram, or comment below and somebody's gonna reach back to you. Back to the podcast. In the agency space, I think it's a bit hard because people are getting paid like salary sometimes and they don't really care to add on to it.
Yes.
And now what I'll say to people listening is creating KPIs that demand addition of tech, right? And so like this is a little bit hard to organize. Like I can't think of a way to organize it. I don't do it right now, but you need to have some sort of like KPI driven that they need to hit certain like metrics of adding AI to the process. And so for leaders, like that's something that we do a little bit of. For leaders, it's like the leader of the design department. She needs to use AI to create a higher productivity somehow, and she needs to present that in leadership meetings. I think that's kind of like the way I would go about it in traditional agency models.
100%. And I would even just urge the client, or excuse me, the listeners here, that you want to take a perspective. As a leader in your org, you are responsible for time to flywheel. Yeah, you got to make it rain, you got to set vision, all of those important things. But time to flywheel is supremely important. Your job, again, Joao, Chris, all these guys, yeah, we started the company because we love going out and building things and getting our hands dirty and all of this stuff. But the other side of it is I've got to go keep doing that. I need to go make it rain. I need to set vision. I can't be here constantly holding everyone's hand, setting up all the AI stuff, but it's important. And so your job as a leader is consider, have I set up the flywheel for my org to enable them to implement these types of tools? That's where it stops for you. And Joao, we do very similar. I'll suggest and corroborate that it would be that our leaders, anyone that's in a leadership position, we have something like once a month, we want to see one completed project from you. And every Friday, you're going to present your progress and where you're at. And so if it's not completed, obviously, you're going to present to the team what you're doing, what you're working on, the new techniques. And well, Chris set that up, got that going, and now the team is running it and it's happening. And so time to flywheel made that happen. And now it's going in the org, and I don't have to hold all their hands, but we're making it happen. So I just express time to flywheel.
If there's more people that think like you and where's the best way for them to follow you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So Instagram, I love Chris Booth Official. I love chatting with people. DM me. My LinkedIn, Christopher Booth. Those would probably be the two best places. We also, of course, have a Discord called the Revenue Council where we all hang out and talk about a lot of this cool stuff. Yeah, and so those would probably be the best ways. And if you're interested in the Revenue Council, just go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm going to link those in the description below. If you found value in this podcast, if hearing agency owners that are making cash money online and are willing to come here and give their free time that they would otherwise charge tens of thousands for their hour, but you're getting this for free and you're finding value, hit that subscribe button below. Make sure that you like and feel free to comment on this podcast, and I will answer those questions for you. Chris, my man, thank you so much for jumping on. Thank you for always being so generous with your time,
Absolutely. Of course.
and supporting friends like me. So, man, I'll see you on the next one. For everyone watching, see you on the next podcast. Thank you so much for staying with us.